Hi there, this is just a really short video reminding everybody that the difference between this inspection, if you like, and previous ones is that the new framework, I say new, new-ish, the new framework focuses on teaching, learning and assessment. So we know that a key focus of the inspectors coming in will be about the assessment component of teaching and learning. Another thing to say, as I said before, that obviously assessment is nothing new. Assessment has always been a crucial part of teaching and learning. There is an increased focus on assessment, however, and in terms of how that will impact on your interaction or inspectors' interactions with the teaching and learning and the students that they see, is they will be interested in the feedback that you give to learners. That's feedback in class, verbally. Not all feedback comes from the teacher. Remember that when you've got working in peers, some feedback, there might be self-assessment, there might be peer assessment, but predominantly we know that feedback comes from the teacher, both verbally and written on assignments. Therefore, another part of that pack that you give to inspectors, if you have it, which you probably will have by this time of year, is some examples of marked work. They will be interested in, does the feedback help that student to move on? It doesn't just say what they've done well, but it helps them to move on, it sets targets. They will be interested in, sometimes when we have students who produce really good work, it's more challenging to think of targets that could move their work even further. So I'd ask you to really think about that when you're selecting the samples to share with the inspectors. Feedback on, I suppose it's more often English than maths, isn't it? The SPAG stuff that we've done lots of work on, where we're not just focusing on the content of what's been written, but also how it's been written and the vocabulary, technical vocabulary, for example, used. Overall, they're going to be interested in how in your students, are they aware of what their targets are, what they're trying to improve? We know that the first IPRs or one-to-one tutorials are scheduled to happen on the 21st of November, but we know that informal feedback and informal awareness of targets and priorities happens throughout, part of formative assessment and part of the ongoing teaching and learning assessment process. We know that about now, when we've had that first bit of work in, and part of that first tutorial will be defining, setting in stone what that target grade, if you work on a course or a set of courses where there is a grade attached, graded qualifications, it's going to be important that you and your teams have started to think about and define and share those grades with students, although you might not formally do that until for example, after half term. So that's just a reminder of the importance of assessment. Thanks a lot.